swings on a web, yeah, fine. Spidey swings on a web.
Yeah, with his new slippers.
Fine, with his new slippers. We'll say his maximum height is, we'll say 13 meters, and his minimum height is 7.2 meters. If he starts at a max, no, I would say at a minimum, and repeats his motion every 11 seconds. Model this with an equation. 11 seconds. B, what is his height after 8 seconds? C, list the first 4 times he has a height of, we'll say 10 meters. I'm going to pause that so the internet doesn't see you guys writing. What is the difference between this question? Because yours will probably be worded like this tomorrow. Okay, it won't involve new slippers, it probably won't involve Spider-Man, okay? What is the difference between this and your assignment? What do the assignment questions make you do? What's question 1 on every assignment question? Sketch a graph. Why would it be helpful normally to sketch a graph? It's visual, to see things, okay? So although it doesn't say it, I'm going to take 5 seconds to sketch a graph. Now, it's not going to be pretty. I'm not going to use my beautiful graph paper. I'm just going to do this. That's all I'm going to do. Where do we stop here? I can't remember where my brain is going here. No one's going to volunteer for where we stopped? I know we answered you a bit. Okay, I'll just show a raise their hand first. I'll start there. Okay, somebody tell me something to put on this graph. I think I stopped you, Harry, actually. Yeah, I think I did. So it's my turn? No. Oh, Caitlin Smith. Tell me something with this graph. Sorry?
Like Y and then X.
Good. Okay. I'm going to call this time. I'm going to call this height. Why does it make sense to call this time and height? Yeah. What some people are doing, they're asking me questions on their assignment, and they got their variables mixed up. Some emailed me last night, and they said, "This my equation doesn't work." Well, if you have your 2 variables mixed up, right? Of course, it's not going to work. So, based other than yes, we have a label. I have all my arrows on there. Yes, the title as well. We're not getting marks. I don't need that. William, can you try and get me something else? You know. Beautiful. So all you need to do is just draw 13 and do this. Like, this isn't super detailed here. Now I'm going to keep going here. What else do you know, please? 7.2, lovely. Let's write that again. This is going to be your min. And this is going to be your max. Jake, what else do I know? Here's 11. So what that's going to mean is that every 11 seconds, it's going to repeat. So I'm at least going to go to 22. I might even go to 33. Right? That's going to be your period. Very good. We go to Jared, I think. Jared, we're going to you. What else do I know? Not yet. Just from the data here, I'm not. What else? Is there anything else? One other key piece of information I need. There's one other key thing. Stop. Starts at the minimum is a key point, right? It has to start at the minimum. Okay, so here's the hard part. If we know it repeats every 11 seconds, because I know some of you, yeah, I totally get this, okay, and that's fine for you. I just want to talk my way through this for those that don't. What is another point I can put on my graphics? Go ahead.
11 and 7.2.
Yes, it repeats every 11 seconds, so there's going to be another point that's going to be down there. Okay? Can someone give me another piece of information for this graph, please? William, go. Yes, good. Now you're like time traveler. Okay, I was hoping you'd say 22, but that's okay. 33 is correct. 33 is correct. Okay. Now, are we okay with that so far? Because this is where you have to use your brain a little tiny bit. Are we okay up so far up for this? Nate, what do you have to say?
Halfway. 0 and 11.
Yes. This is going to be halfway between 0 and 11. And that's the key to this question. So that's why if you don't draw a graph, you're sort of foolish. Okay, not you in particular, Nate, okay? But it's important to sort of see, what is that number that's halfway between 0 and 11? Lucy?
That's the maximum, the point where the maximum is, right?
Yes. Maybe what somebody sort over here?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hold on one sec. So this is going to be 5.5. Why is 5.5 important? Like, that's wonderful, I put it in there, okay, but why is that sort of good? Yeah, go ahead. That's going to be your phase shift, okay? What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to say, use a positive cosine function to model this. Okay, so you actually use the phase shift. So I'll put another one up here. I'm going to put another one up here. So again, these are just rough points, but this is how your graph's sort of going to look. Okay, we're all getting this one down, right? Okay, Nicole, we're all getting this one down, right? Okay, yes. Yeah, here's the thing, yeah. I got asked a few things about sine and cosine, no matter what you use. I'm going to say always use cosine. Why is it easier to use cosine? This is the very, very important thing. I know some people are tuning me out, wishing that it was Christmas, wishing that they were the ones who brought Spider-Man slippers in for their teacher. Okay, but if that's you right now, okay, otherwise, okay. Why do we have to use sine and not cos? Sorry, not. Why do we have to use cos and not sine? Lucy?
Because sine will work when it starts the axis on it.
Very good. It's very, very difficult to find the axis here. Like, you could do it, right? But it's going to be a very difficult point. Finding the maximum for these graphs is super easy, right? So we're going to use cosine. Let's start doing axis, amplitude, and all that fun stuff, okay? Axis is going to be what? Did you get that? So this is max plus min over 2, which is 13 plus 7.2 over 2, which is in fact 10.1. Hey, Lucy, can you give me the amplitude, please?
Okay, the amplitude is max minus the minimum divided by 2, which is 13 subtract 7.2 divided by 2,
Yeah.
which is 2.9.
Very good. And again, as a check again, if you do 10.1 plus 2.9, that should give you 13, your maximum. If you do 10.1 minus 2.9, that should give you 7.2, that's your minimum. So if you
Find your amplitude, just put in max minus your x.
that's fine. This, as long as I was standard neighborhoods, like, I want to finish this test early. What some of the minimum amount of work I have to do to get full marks, okay? All I have to do, that's my view with the rest of it, okay? So, there's going to be 4 marks. You get 1 mark for doing your amplitude, 1 for your axis, 1 for your k value, and 1 for your shift. Okay, right? But I'm going to show you just so you don't make mistakes. If you do this, you'll never make a mistake in this question. Unless you make a math error. Okay, what is the shift going to be here? This is the key that gets people mixed up. 5.5 to the right. This is from 0 to your maximum, which is 5.5 right. Okay, so everyone see that? Any question or answer? It could also, if you're going to keep on drawing here. Okay, for these ones here, for these word problems, it's difficult to do. If I were to draw you a graph, or to make you a graph or a, like one of those like months of the year, remember those ones, like that one there, it might not necessarily be left to right, but for these ones, I give you a scenario. It's difficult for me to say, this is like a tire question, let's start at the middle. Oops, did I say that out loud? I turned it out loud. Okay, what's my period in this case? What's the period in this case? 360 divided by k. Well, let's start even a little bit before that. What's my period actually though? Go ahead.
It's going to be from maximum to maximum, which
Good.
is the same as minimum,
Yeah.
which is 11.
Good.
It said in the question that repeats every 11 seconds.
Very good. So again, in the same way, we're gonna get our K. 360 divided by period equals K, which is, what did you get there? 32.72. Which probably does a fraction, shouldn't we? It's 360 over 11 right down and all. I'm gonna count that. It does those?
Yeah.
Good.
360 divided by.
I think.
Yeah, you can get 300. Well, it says 360 over 11. Or
That's all we can do
yeah.
then. Okay. I picked one that's tough on purpose. Now, the problem with doing that, like you're close, but you may be off a little tiny bit. When we talked with my father-in-law and the difference collapse and all that sort of stuff, right? Leave it as exact as you can, right? We'll leave it like that. Right? As long as you do dot, dot, dot. But if you just say 37.27, stop there, that's not exact.
32 multiplied 8 over 11.
But if you told me to repeat it, that's good. Sorry. Okay, Aaron, how are you feeling with this, okay? Are you feeling well enough to give me an equation for this? Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, the thing I'm going to make you do is say that theta equals time and y equals height. Okay, do an H and T if you want to, but you got to tell me what they are. Because what happens, people, on their assignment, if you get those variables mixed up, you're going to have real problems. Okay, so make sure to declare properly what each one is. Are we somewhat okay on that? It's difficult, Harry. You're a good person. Put that phone away. That was over you. Put that phone away. Yes.
It says in the question that H is height.
Then leave it there. It says that, then use those variables. Okay, it's good. Part B said, I don't remember what part B said.
What is his height after 8 seconds?
Good. B says height after 8 seconds.
So when you change beta in 8 then?
Yes.
Theta.
So theta is equal to 8. So you're just solving y equals 2.9 cos 360 over 11. 8 minus 5.5 plus 10.1. Okay. I'm getting too worked up here. All the chocolate. Any question?
When you put that into your calculator, you have to do double brackets.
Yes. Okay, because you're doing cos of all of this, right? This is all connected, right? So that's all, you're taking cos of all of that stuff. Now, when you do this question, you have to get an answer between what and what. Yeah, your answer's got to be between 13 and 7.2. So if you accidentally mess it up in your calculator, you get a height of 4 meters, you know you're instantly wrong with the graph. You get, say that like get 200 meters or something, something's weird. I get a brave soul to try and plug that in the calculator, please. Be brave. You gotta go.
So you just plug everything in.
What'd you get?
12.9.
Someone confirm. Someone confirm? Is that right?
No, I'm not sure.
That
I
doesn't
got
seem
6.
right.
That's just looking at my graph here. I'm sort of saying that looking probably more like a 10-ish answer. How much you get? 0.5. Sorry, all those. So try one more time there, Devin. So I have 10.5. Let's try better for me. Now, if you're having a hard time getting this answer, do 8 minus 5.5 first, and call that right to 2.5, right? So do 360 times 2.5 over 11, and then cos of that times 2.9 plus 10.1.
We just do it once at a time because we get less likely to mess up.
Definitely. That's what I would do. Again, I've been old, Joe's like, no, I can do it all in one step, and that's fine. When I was a kid, I had a calculator that was, actually, no offense, probably sort of like yours. Right? It's very difficult, I think, to do, probably, maybe not, but it's hard to do that all in one step on your calculator. I got the wrong way. Just admission.
Themselves my calculator. I can't
Are we going to do over something now? Yeah. It's under my honor. Okay. All right. 10.5. Good. So this is height. Therefore, the height after 8 seconds is 10.5 meters. And C. says, when is his height, what does he say? Okay, when is his height 10 meters? Okay, so we're gonna solve this equation. Do you want me to go through this, or are you guys okay? Yeah, so I didn't give much time, but basically this is what your test is gonna look like, what I did in the board today. That's basically what your test is gonna look like. Okay. So if you can do what we did in the board today, you'll have no problems. If you're looking at these questions, you say, uh-oh, then you should say, uh-oh. Okay, I'm sorry, I would have had a bad night last night. So I'm recording this, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, if I was doing this algebraically, what would be the first thing I do to solve it? Add 10.1, or subtract 10.1, that's right. Negative 0.1. Things are looking good, but not great. Next step. Go. Good. Yeah, I would leave it like that. Let your calculator do the work, right? You don't need to write it out, 0.0, whatever it happens to be. Because as soon as you write down the numbers, if you accidentally transpose a letter, you're totally wrong. Okay. Someone new. Devin, go ahead.
Cos inverse.
Very good. So this is going to be cos inverse of that.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So far, so good? Okay, calculator time. What is cos inverse of negative 0.1 over 2.9? 91.97. Oh boy, oh boy. Now this just looked familiar, right? Like it looks awful, but we just did this question, the equation wasn't this bad. We just did this question half an hour ago, okay? So with that said, Narcisse, I'm picking on you. How do I get the next angle to the right? I'm using cosine. What's my second angle going to be for cosine? 360 minus. So I'm going to do, or 360 minus 91.98 equals 360 over 11, theta minus 5.5. Are we feeling somewhat okay? I will make sure that your equation, I want to pick a hard one today, like that 360 over 11 even bugs me. Okay, I'll make it work out to be something a little bit nicer. Okay, how do I solve for theta? Give the class a chance to catch up, yes. Unclear? But I divide by that, so 91.98 times 11 divided by 360. And somebody please do that for me. Nicole, I'm picking on you because I haven't say it. 91.98 times 11 divided by 360. 2.81. Awesome. You're not done yet, Nicole. Can you please do 360 minus this for me, which should be 268.02, and then times that by 11 divided by 360. You know, there's a few people in morning classes who do shout out answers constantly. That's all they do. I go, can Susie answer, please? The answer is 4.3. Thank you, Susie. Okay, right. All right, Nicole, did you get an answer for that, please? 8.19. Thank you. Okay. Darn it. Solve for theta on this side, please. What does that turn into? 8.31. All right. Okay, now we'll run low on time. I want to go through this quick. That one's okay for an answer. Right, what are you on this side? Same thing, I hope. What's that turn into? Those are two good answers. Now, I'm gonna slow down here and get you worked out. Okay, because this is where life gets difficult. And it's not difficult. What do we do to get more answers? Add the period. Now, how do we get the period? Because you can do a whole bunch of different things. Now, they use the 360 divided by. I'm not going to do 360 divided by 360 divided by 11. Okay. We were told right at the beginning our period is 11, right? So we're just going to add the period. Okay. That turns to be 19.31, and that is okay. I'll do plus 11. And that gives me 24.69. If you submit this as your answer, you only get 3 out of 4. What is the problem? What is the problem? Why? Good. How do I fix that? I want the first 4 times. How do I fix that? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 11. So I'm going to do 13.69 minus 11. So theta is, or is that 2.69? That one.
Oh, no, not to each other.
All right. This is what I talk to these days. You guys do that base things. Like, you know, stack. You guys just pass each other now. Stop. 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 All right, enough of my problems though. That's all I got for today. There is your test. That's what's going to be on your test. Oh, 22 minutes.